Right now, live at 5, impeachment round 2. Democrats and Republicans continue to debate on Capitol Hill about the future of President Trump. This as Minnesota lawmakers make a pitch for their priorities this legislative session. Plus,
what Duluth industries are being impacted the most by unemployment rates.
And in sports, just days before taking the ice, the UMD men's hockey team is forced to change their plans.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News. Live at 5, you're taking a live look at the White House just over an hour after the majority of House members voted to impeach President Donald Trump. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. For a second time in 13 months, the House has voted to impeach President Trump. Both Democrat and Republican members fiercely debated exactly 1 week after a violent assault on the Capitol building where 5 people died. Unlike the first impeachment, this time several Republicans joined with Democrats in the vote. Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
With bipartisan support, the House of Representatives has voted for a second time to impeach President Donald Trump.
He must go. He is a clear and present danger to the nation that we all love.
Passions flared during the floor debate over charges the president incited last week's violent and deadly assault on the U.S. Capitol.
The cameras of history are rolling. We must act.
We are on an absolute race to the bottom.
The third-ranking House Republican Liz Cheney and a group of her GOP colleagues voted yes.
These articles of impeachment are flawed, but I will not use process as an excuse.
Over the past 24 hours, at least 10 Senate Republicans have come out against impeaching President Trump, most of them citing issues with process and timing.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said today he's not made a final decision on how he will vote and will listen to the arguments when they're presented to the Senate. But a spokesman said he will not reconvene the Senate for an emergency session, meaning a trial likely won't take place until after President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration next week. Speaker Pelosi has already named the 9 impeachment managers who will act as prosecutors. In and around the Capitol, large groups of armed National Guard members and law enforcement remain on high alert.
President Trump released a statement today urging that any would-be demonstrators engage in no violence, no law-breaking, and no vandalism of any kind. We'll hear more from representatives in Minnesota and Wisconsin on the impeachment tonight at 6. Back in Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz has once again extended the state's peacetime emergency. The governor announced the extension by another 30 days. The order allows him to continue to use executive orders to direct the state's response to the coronavirus pandemic. With the legislature in session, the governor no longer needs to call special sessions to give lawmakers a chance to challenge those extensions. Governor Walz has first ordered the state of emergency last March. This comes as House Democrats in Minnesota are laying out their big-ticket items for the current legislative session. Their main focus is helping Minnesotans who are struggling due to the pandemic. House Speaker Melissa Hortman said while the vaccine brings hope, there is still a long way to go before life returns to normal. She said they're focused on meeting the needs of Minnesotans during that time. Duluth Representative Liz Olson said they will continue to protect the health, safety, and economic security of residents and create an environment where everyone can thrive. In Wisconsin, Douglas County has received another shipment of COVID-19 vaccines. Now, they're reaching out to eligible workers who still need their first doses. According to county health officials, some healthcare workers have already been vaccinated. Those include dental workers, school nurses, first responders, and home health workers. There are still some healthcare workers who need their first dose. The county is working with local health providers to find those people. Douglas County Public Health Officer Kathy Ronke said in a statement that the vaccine rollout has been slow due to limited supply and high demand. However, she said a great deal of work is still being done. More than 3,200 people in Douglas County have been diagnosed with COVID-19 since last March. 38 people have died from it. Public Health expects the remaining eligible healthcare workers will receive their first vaccine next week. Following through on his State of the State address last night, Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers called a special session. He wants lawmakers to consider his plan to modernize the state's unemployment system. Evers introduced a bill yesterday. It would give the State Department of Workforce Development more than $5 million to renovate and modernize the claims system, including handling all transactions electronically. The department has struggled with a backlog of claims triggered by the pandemic. Governor Evers called for the session to start at noon on Tuesday. As the coronavirus continues to spread, unemployment numbers continue to rise. According to the U.S. Labor Department, employers across the nation cut 140,000 jobs in December. While Minnesota has not released its data just yet, experts say the trends are looking the same. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with data analysts about what we can expect looking forward.
Minnesota's unemployment rates look steady heading into December at 3.9%. But Department of Economics and employment experts say December's data all depends on the COVID-19 restrictions, which tightened by mid-November. Data analysts say the leisure and hospitality industry have been hit the hardest during the pandemic. Carson Gorecki from Deed says Duluth and surrounding towns lost more than 7,000 jobs at the start of the pandemic. He says at this point, only a third of those jobs have returned. Analysts hope with the loosened restrictions in vaccine distribution, the 2021 unemployment rates will be a beacon of hope.
I would hope that, as the vaccines continue to roll out and more confidence is kind of infused in the economy, that with that confidence, more things would start to open up. But it all kind of depends on getting the pandemic under control.
Deed analysts say the education and healthcare industries saw a loss of 3,000 jobs in the Duluth area initially, but have since gained back 60% of those jobs, which they say is an above average recovery rate. Analysts say one trend they're noticing is more people leaving the labor workforce altogether, which means more people aren't searching for a job since the start of the pandemic.
Thanks, Emma. Nationally, there have been trends of more women leaving the workforce altogether. Deed officials say in Minnesota that is not the case, as more women make up the healthcare, hospitality, and food service industries. So while women have experienced unemployment at higher rates than men in Minnesota, they are not leaving the labor force. Just as hockey fans were getting used to the idea of in-person play, those plans have been derailed once again. CBS3 Sports Director Kelly Hinseth joins us now for more on the UMD men's hockey team. Kelly, not the news anyone wants to hear.
No, it's certainly not surprising news with the world that we live in right now, but it's disappointing nonetheless. The UMD men's hockey team has their series scheduled against Miami this weekend postponed. According to UMD, this is due to a combination of positive COVID-19 tests within the program, contact tracing, and subsequent quarantine of those individuals within the men's hockey program. Currently, all players are in quarantine and doing off-ice Zoom workouts, and that is it. This is the first series this year that the team has already had altered.
It's something that we've tried to prepare guys for all year. We got through the pod and we knew there was going to be these possibilities as we get into the second half with everybody, and you're seeing that. It's difficult because it's so rapid, but those things happen, and we got to take this and make sure that we're doing what we can do. Make sure that we're doing in the rink what we can do when we get back. Try and get back up to speed as quick as possible. Try and get back to.
The series has been postponed to the end of January. The team has only done off-ice activities, including yoga and virtual team meetings. No word on when they'll be able to reconvene for practice on the ice. So we play the waiting game. But Kristen, for now, I'll send it back to you.
I think we're getting used to the waiting game around here. Thanks, Kelly. Dave's here for a first look at the weather. Dave, you're watching a potential storm coming our way.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that for several days. And now it looks like that low pressure system is going to take a dive to our south. So light to moderate snowfall rather than a big deal like it was starting to look like last night. So for some folks, that's great news. For others, not so good news. But we're still looking at some advisories and some watches out there for our area. So northwestern Minnesota, looking at a winter weather advisory. It's a pretty sure thing for places like Brainerd to Bemidji. A little more iffy than for east central Minnesota, the North Shore, northwestern Wisconsin. We're facing a winter storm watch, perhaps all the way through early Saturday morning. We take a look now at the slightly bigger picture, and a low-pressure system from the west is first leading with rain, and that's starting to creep towards Fargo. After midnight tonight, we do get the chance for the precip here in our part of the world. Our short-term forecast for tonight and Thursday says clouds go back up after some sunshine this afternoon. 40% chance for snow beginning after midnight. By tomorrow morning's commute, it's a 50-50 shot. Then tomorrow afternoon, it's a 70% chance, which could dial down a little bit through Friday. By the time things wrap up on Friday, we could have a few inches of snow for some towns and not much for others. I'll show you who's who and what we're expecting coming up in just a couple more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, rapid tests are now available curbside in Chisholm, plus the Cloquet community is raising awareness about the need for blood donations. City by City is next.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3.
Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city.
Enhance your quality of life. Increase your mobility. Achieve your potential. For specialized, individualized care, call Northern Orthotic and Prosthetic Center, providing the professional care you deserve. Northern Orthotic and Prosthetic Center, serving people throughout northern Minnesota, Wisconsin, and upper Michigan.
We are excited to announce that our newest luxury apartment building, The View at Bluestone, is now leasing for 2021. Lease with us and you'll enjoy amazing amenities like a hot tub, pool, fitness center, pet spa, parking garage, and so much more.
I am most excited about the view that I get to look at Canal Park and see Duluth and the lift bridge. I get to look over Lake Superior.
New year, new home, new view. Schedule a tour at viewatbluestone.com.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
It is the question that matters the most.
¿Dónde está?
That takes you behind the story.
Robert.
It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust.
Who did all of this?
And the truth that propels us forward.
What did you make of that?
It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose,
that's news,
and our freedom fade. This is why.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at beautiful Silver Bay as we reach the halfway point of the week. Dave will have your full forecast, including the upcoming chance of snow in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. An Iron Range pharmacy is making getting a COVID test quick and easy for locals. Plus, there's funding available for emergency food and shelter programs in Wisconsin. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We'll start things off in my hometown of Chisholm, where the local pharmacy is now offering 15-minute rapid COVID tests to those in the community. Casey Drug of Chisholm is offering curbside testing. That means you can pull up to the pharmacy on Lake Street, and the pharmacist, or RN, will come to you and give you the swab test. You'll have your results in about 15 minutes. You can schedule a time to get tested by visiting caseydrugpharmacy.com. That's also where you can find pricing and insurance information. Now to Cloquet, where the community is raising awareness about the importance of donating blood. January is National Blood Donor Month, a time to resolve to be a regular blood donor and help save lives. This year, a donation also comes with an added bonus. The Red Cross is testing blood donations for COVID-19 antibodies. The city of Cloquet has a number of dates and locations where you can donate, including the Journey Christian Church on January 21st. Safety protocols will be in place at all donation locations. Visit the American Red Cross website for more information. We'll end in Bayfield County, Wisconsin, where they're accepting applications for more than $8,600 in emergency food and shelter funding for county programs. A local board made up of government entities, nonprofits, tribal governments, and more will determine how the funds will be distributed among local emergency food and shelter programs. The local board will distribute funds appropriated by Congress to help expand the capacity of food and shelter programs in high-need areas around the country. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, despite overcoming obstacles caused by the pandemic, we're learning Bayfield's tourism industry thrived in 2020.
Much warmer than normal today with a high temp of 38 degrees. Low pressure system coming our way is leading with its warm front. Well, is it going to bring snowmageddon or a swing and a miss to our area? We'll talk about snow totals for Thursday and Friday coming up right after the break.
Update the flooring in your home with help from Menards. Tarket's Invitation Laminate Flooring is easy to install and has a beautiful wood grain texture. On sale for 89 cents a square foot. Plus, get free underlayment after rebate. For a softer, warmer flooring option, Lutex Mills Beacon Slate Plush Carpet will bring a cozy feel to your home. $119 a square foot. Plus, get free carpet pad after rebate. Now, during Menards Project Day sale.
Save big money at Menards.
New name, same great service. Auto Care Collision Center has joined the CarStar family, and we're ready to serve the Northland. Call CarStar Auto Care Collision for your auto body repair needs.
Hi, I'm Steve Little, owner of Your Home Improvement Company. 2020 was an unbelievable year for all of us. As a family-owned and operated business, we have been doing our best to stay focused on you this past year with our zero interest and zero payments until 2022 program. Thank you for allowing us to assist you in updating your most lived-in asset during this difficult time, your home. From all of us at Your Home Improvement Company, Bath Planet, and my family to yours, have a healthy, happy, and safe new year.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Some things are just too important to leave out of your morning routine. Make sure we aren't one of them. Live, local, CBS3, a great way to start your day.
Local news and local weather here on CBS3.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Our low pressure system's getting closer and closer, though now it seems to be taking a turn down towards the south. But still, we're looking at a winter weather advisory for the northwestern parts of Minnesota in effect for Thursday and Friday, and a winter storm watch for much of the rest of our region, including the North Shore, the head of the lakes, east central Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin. Right now, it looks like folks in the interior part of the Arrowhead and towards the Upper Peninsula will probably get a little light snow, but nothing that'll be too treacherous out there. For the rest of us, it could be enough snow to make for slippery roadways, and I'll show you a chart on how much is coming our way in just a little bit. But here's a live look at downtown Two Harbors, where, of course, the roads are still in great condition until we get that snow. Two Harbors may be among the folks that do get a couple inches trying to stick. Well, we take a look at the current temperatures in our area. We're looking at 29 degrees for Waters. To convert more moisture into clouds, and out of the clouds, well, they'll be bringing in a chance for some snow, upwards of 70, even 80% over the next couple of days. But once the low pressure system is done with this heat energy, cooler conditions will come for the weekend. Current Doppler and satellite map shows a little bit of lighter precip is happening in some of the central parts of Wisconsin and towards the Twin Cities area in Minnesota, at least in the past couple of hours, but that's taking a bit of a break. Coming towards us, though, is a warm front that's already pushed our temperatures up towards 38 degrees and likely will keep us on the warm side through tomorrow as our low-pressure system comes our way to bring us that chance for the snow. But again, I think it's going to move down to the south and under our area, meaning we're not going to get hit as hard as it was looking last night. How much are we going to get? Well, I think many of us are going to end up with 3 to 6 inches of snow. And spread out over 2 days, that's not such a huge deal. We'll call that a moderate snowfall. Then for the Arrowhead and the Upper Peninsula towards border country, I'm thinking more 1 to 3 there since the system's going to the south. And so that in turn could grease up the roadways. But it's not like we're getting hit by a honking blizzard like we did have last month. So tonight, Minnesota's forecast says clouds are going back up again after some sunshine today, and after midnight we start to get a 40% chance for snow, maybe initially mixed in with a little bit of rain. Low temps will run from 20 to 25 degrees. Wisconsin and Michigan, 50% snow chance, maybe holding off till about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. 20 to 24 for the low temps there. And then for tomorrow, then Thursday, it becomes an 80% chance for the snow in Wisconsin and close to 80 for folks in the UP, though Wisconsinites may get more snow than people in the Upper Peninsula. High temps in the lower 30s, still warmer than normal. Minnesota high temps tomorrow, 28 to 35 degrees with a 70% chance for that snow, especially around the head of the lakes in east central Minnesota. Arrowhead numbers may be a little bit lower. So 2 to 4 inches on Thursday, followed up with 1 to 3 by Friday, gives us a general range of 3 to 6 or so. And then by Saturday, Kristen and everybody, it starts to clear up at least partially and cool down a bit back towards normal. So again, Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday should have a high temp of 19, which is where we're supposed to be, and a low temp of 8 above is a lot warmer than it often is when folks take to the streets in March to celebrate that holiday.
Thanks, Dave. Despite Bayfield's Apple Fest being canceled because of the pandemic, 2020's tourism numbers show it was still one for the record books. The Bayfield County Tourism Office credits the county's size and large amount of publicly owned land for making it easy for visitors to explore while staying socially distanced. She says the county's camping industry saw an especially big boom.
We literally had the best year ever. Last year, we had 7 months were record-setting months for us last year, and I really, truly believe it was because people were coming here and just spending some time getting away from it all.
About 30% of the area's tourists were first-time visitors. Lawmakers and anti-copper nickel mining groups are introducing legislation that could deal a big blow to projects like PolyMet. Called Prove It First, the bill has the support of Duluth's State Senator Jen McEwen. It would require scientific proof that a similar mine has operated somewhere else in the United States for at least 10 years and has been closed for another 10 years without causing pollution. PolyMet is currently moving forward with a copper nickel mine in Hoyt Lakes. They are fully permitted, but some are being challenged in the courts. This bill is based on a similar law that was passed in Wisconsin.
We're not willing to serve as a test case for a bunch of wealthy, super wealthy billionaire corporations coming into our area to do these experimental projects in our region that put our economy at risk, that put our public health at risk, and that put our whole region in danger.
The bill will officially be introduced tomorrow. Meanwhile, Mining Minnesota, a pro-copper nickel mining group, says safe mining has already been proven. In a statement, they said Minnesota has a comprehensive, science-based environmental review and permitting process, adding this legislation claims the professionals and state agencies were wrong in issuing those permits. Still to come, a longtime local journalist is being remembered by those in the community he served for more than 30 years.
It's the final days of Home's New Year's sale. Take up to an extra 10% off sale prices, plus 0 down, 0% interest financing on any purchase until 2022, and free no-contact shipping. Up to 10% off sale prices. Hurry, Home Furniture's New Year's sale ends Saturday.
Remembering a legend, we take a trip down memory lane of Bill Hanna's life.
Coming up tonight, what Duluth's unemployment rates are looking like and what industries are being hit the hardest.
Tonight at 6 on live local CBS 3.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear. Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
This year's been just a huge year. We've had everything going on with the pandemic. It's hard to not have your heart go out to those people, the millions that have been impacted by that. That's why we do what we do, to try and keep people in the know. What's going on with this? When is it going to end? When's the vaccine going to be here? How is this impacting you? Where are resources to help you get through the pandemic and keep you and your family safe through all of this?
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to live local CBS 3.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS 3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
During the New Year's sale at Home Sleep Express, buy a Beauty Rest mattress and finance it with 0% interest for 6 years, plus free delivery, setup, and a 120-day guarantee. Sleep better on Beauty Rest Pocketed Coil Spring System. 6 years, 0% interest on Beauty Rest. Home's New Year's sale at Sleep Express.
Welcome to the Kelly Clarkson Show!
We're taking a trip down memory lane, remembering a dedicated Iron Range journalist and the legacy he leaves behind. Bill Hanna was the longtime executive director of the Mesabi Daily News and had been with the paper for more than 30 years. He died Monday at the age of 70 after being diagnosed with terminal cancer. Virginia Mayor Larry Cuffey Jr. says he knew Hanna well, as he'd been interviewed by him dozens of times. Cuffey told us today Hanna never let his personal feelings cloud the story he was working on and was a force to be reckoned with.
Bill Hanna was a bulldog. I mean, when he got his teeth into a story, he never let go. Where he was writing a story that gave you some accolades, or he was chewing your butt as a result of whatever the topic was. But he was an old school reporter.
According to the Mesabi Tribune, funeral arrangements are pending with the funeral home in Minneapolis. We'll be right back after the break.
Change the future of medicine from the convenience of home. Join the All of Us research program to help improve health research and speed up medical breakthroughs. Visit essentialhealth.org/allofus to learn more.
Mount Royal Market has express online shopping. Shop online and select your items. Your personal shopper carefully gathers everything on your list. Schedule your pickup and we deliver right to your car. Express online shopping from Mount Royal Market. Let us take care of you.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
The world changed in an instant, but at MediaCom, we were ready. And as internet traffic increased, we never slowed down. Schools and businesses went virtual, and we powered a new reality. For more than 20 years, we've been building a future-ready network to keep you ahead of it all. And now, MediaCom will be among the first to take you to 10G. We're making the next giant leap forward in internet technology and taking you further than you can imagine.
Let's make healthy happen in 2021. Join for $1 going on now through February 2nd. For more information, visit AnytimeFitness.com.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Everything that happens on a day-to-day basis in terms of news, no matter what happens in news, weather is always constant, weather is always changing as well. So it's still an important role as the meteorologist to kind of still stay grounded and to kind of just know that role and what to take and kind of just make sure you're delivering what's the most important for your viewers. But then also I like to touch base on the national things. All of those news stories also tie in with weather stories because they do go kind of hand in hand.
Watch Jenna and Caitlin in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide, downtown Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Two Harbors on this Wednesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. For a second time in 13 months, the House has voted to impeach President Trump. Both Democrat and Republican members fiercely debated. But unlike the first impeachment, this time, several Republicans joined with Democrats in the vote. And coming up tonight at 6, we're hearing from two congressmen, one from Minnesota and one from Wisconsin, who the impeachment of President Trump. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you right back here at 6.